Andy.
A few minutes after he left, I started to hallucinate.
Andy, climb now, sweetheart.
Grandpa?
Higher. Higher, Andy.
Grandpa, I can't.
Come on it, Andy. Climb now. Climb, Andy. Atta girl.
Antonio knew he was in his most difficult race. He measured the sun as he went for help. 1 hour. 2 hours. Time was running out.
This place used to be the picture of commerce, but now that everybody's working from home, it's a ghost town. Little do they know, one of their colleagues just blasted up fire of the entire company without realizing yours truly was hiding inside. These poor folks. No advanced AI tools to identify incoming threats, no real-time data evaluation. If they'd had HP Wolf Security Services, AI would have sniffed out my attack before it snuck in through the back door.
It was the night before breakfast when suddenly Austin craved eggs and bacon, and the toasted breakfast burritos he'd eat when he awakened. And the party was turning up, but Darren decided to wind down, because sleep is a one-way ticket to toasted breakfast burrito town. So when Alex received that late-night text, she thought about breakfast, and she ghosted her ex. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Go to bed, sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell.
Pardon the mission.
Should I be doing something? Oh, we're dancing. Okay, that's a yeah. Uh-huh. I am 100%, and I'm only getting better. I am 100%, and I'm only getting better. I'm a dancer now.
Olay better than your clean beauty? Olay has 99% pure niacinamide. It's derm tested, and now it's cleanest formula with hydration that beats the $400 cream. Tried, tested, never bested. Shop at olay.com.
All right, Frank, I want you to take your boys up this way towards Seven Falls. We're going to go back around Castle Rock. I think we'll find them somewhere right about here.
So you think they're together then?
No, Frank, I don't think they're together. I think they're in the same area.
Okay, Matt, if we run into this IA of yours, what's the SOP?
If you find them, you arrest them.
Armed?
Doubtful, but he's been at large for about 72 hours, so don't take any chances, all right?
Okay.
How big is this area?
Well, ma'am, about 100 square miles, give or take.
So, what would be the chances in finding them in, say, the next 12 hours?
Not great. Frank, you want to get started?
Kate, what do you mean by not great?
We'll find her. Let's go. Oh, she came this far.
If she came as far, what?
She should have been here by now.
Okay, if she almost came this far, where do you think then she might be?
Up there?
Up there? Okay, then that's where we're gonna have to go.
Mrs. Harper. It's a real long shot.
Call me Libby, okay?
Libby, we might be wasting our time if we go up there. I think we need to go back.
All right, you go back, and then I'm gonna go up to the mountain, and that way we're not gonna be wasting any time. Okay? Andy! Andy! Andy!
Stay here. We're going to check it out.
Get down!
barely.
Huh? Do you know who my daughter is, Andy?
Something about old Indian?
What do you think, Frank? The Anastasia picked across?
Sure, right around cliffs.
Uh-huh.
Anasazi.
It's the only Indian place I know around here.
Let's just talk about the tribal lands.
Yeah, it's 100 miles the other direction. ¿Qué direction? It's gotta be. Sam, take care of him.
Andy, we're here. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Andy. Are you alright? Oh, he's alright. He's gonna make it. We've been looking for you. Okay.
Grandpa died the day I saw him in my dream. I believe he came back to help me. It was a small funeral. Not many people came. He never knew that he'd changed my life. I wished I could have told him. Antonio was there. Agent Cade let him come to the funeral.
Mate, we loved you. You will always be in our heart. And now, may the soul of Nate and the soul of all the faithfully departed rest in peace, both now and forevermore. Amen.
I'm sorry, too. I love you. I love you, too. Go.
I will remember.
Me too. Siempre.
So we'll be back. I promise.
Antonio had to go back to Guatemala. It was the law or regulation or something. That's what they told us anyway. It wasn't fair. But life isn't fair. Mom started dating Matt Cade. That didn't surprise me either. I could see it in their eyes when they were together. I guess it's because I know that book pretty well myself now. A few weeks after Grandpa's funeral, I went back.
How long did you know him?
Oh, better than 40 years.
Mr. McAllister took me.
He was the best, your granddaddy. I mean, the best.
I miss him.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe anybody could miss that ugly pussy is, huh? You know how I met him?
How?
He threw me in the hoosgow. That's the jail. He just joined the sheriff's department, and I was having a little too much fun one night at a saloon, and he took me in on a D&D.
What's that?
Drunk and disorderly. Picked me up with that big beefy arm of his, and carried me to the car like a little baby, and we just hit it off. Nate and me. And have ever since. He's the best man I ever knew. Look, I don't much like funerals. He knew that. I didn't mean no disrespect. I just couldn't go. I want to remember him like he was. The Nate that I know.
Me too.
That's what happened. Telling this was part of a deal to end my probation. Judge Conover, my judge, heard about it and said if I wrote the real story in my own words, she would suspend the rest of my sentence. So I did. But this isn't the whole story. Just the first chapter. I got a job as a teacher's aide at the school my mom works for. I'm saving the money I make for a trip. I've never been to Guatemala.
Trading isn't just a hobby, it's your future. So you don't lose sight of the big picture, even when you're focused on what's happening right now. And Thinkorswim Trading is right there with you to help you become a smarter investor. With an innovative trading platform full of customizable tools, dedicated trade desk pros, and a passionate trader community sharing strategies right on the platform. Because we take trading as seriously as you do. Thinkorswim Trading.
Something besides football on.
Thanks, Mike. The Fall Festival here kicked off at 5 o'clock, so just about 30 minutes ago, and we still have people lined up around the church to get in. Organizers say they've worked to provide the community here with a safe space to come out and go trick-or-treating right from each other's vehicle trunks. At the entrance, everyone is given a card to rate the top 5 trunks they see. Organizers say their goal this year was to have 20 trunks on display, but they've surpassed that this year with about 30. And there's so much to do out here. Fun for the whole family and all ages. A bouncy house for kids, rock climbing, mechanical bull rides, games, and all kinds of arts and crafts. And all of this is going on until 7 o'clock this evening, so you have plenty of time to come on out and enjoy. And closer to 7, they are giving away prizes for those top 5 trunks that are top rated. Reporting live in Gulfport, Amber Spradley, WLOX News Now.
All right, Amber, thank you. Protesters gathered in Gulfport to express their concerns on vaccine mandates. People say it's not up to the government to have control over your health. Organizers came together at the corner of Highway 90 and Courthouse Road. People say they picked that spot because it's a busy intersection and they wanted to be seen as much as possible. Organizers say they wanted to show there's a place for people who do not want to take the vaccine.
What they're doing right now is wrong. This government is killing this country, and we need to stand up for what we believe in, and that is freedom.
Organizers say the next protest will be November 5th at the Biloxi Lighthouse. Lemieux Street in Biloxi may look pretty bare now, but big plans are underway for the city. Organizers with the Gulf Coast Veterans Day Parade are preparing to come back strong this year to honor those in military uniform who've protected our country for countless years. This year marks the 21st annual parade. Organizers are looking forward to everyone attending to pay tribute as they make up for last year's modified version, which was drive and wave event due to the pandemic.
And the feedback we've gotten so far has been off the roof. It's been crazy because people are really happy to get back to some kind of normalcy. And the other part of it is I think it's important that we're showing our resiliency. That we're back out here, and no matter what, our veterans should be recognized, and we want to thank them. And it is a celebration.
This will be the first parade of any size in more than 18 months. The annual Veterans Day Parade will take place Saturday, November 6th at 11 a.m. in downtown Biloxi. It was a nice but overcast day in South Mississippi. Let's go to meteorologist Eric Janson for our first look at the evening forecast. Eric?
Yeah, we had some clouds around. We had a few peaks of sunshine as well, but now we're tracking some heavy downpours just off the coast, and they're beginning to move onshore. If they can hold together, they'll be moving over into Jackson County and perhaps Harrison and Hancock counties in the next hour or so. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on. Around town, notice our temperatures are generally in the 70s across South Mississippi. And looking outside on the tower cams, Beauregard Tower Cam looks cloudy. You can see those clouds across Back Bay and over into Hancock County as well. We do have some big changes in the forecast, including a cold front with perhaps some strong to severe weather later this week. We'll have all the details coming up.
All right, Eric, thank you. Even though it's the last day of the Jackson County Blue Ribbon Fair, the parking lot was packed full of cars. The fair had long lines of people trying to get their last-minute rides in. People had their hands full of food, from popcorn to corn on the cob. It's the fair's 100th anniversary, and people say it's important to keep this tradition alive.
Everything's coming together, everything that we've had going on these past 2 years. This is just finally, it's something that you can do and have fun and it not be bad. There's no negative around it, it's just positive.
The Jackson County Fair is set to start during the third week of October in 2022. We are about 2 months away from Christmas Day, but the Salvation Army is making sure that its holiday traditions will run smoothly. Andres Fuentes gives us a look at the plans for the annual donation drives.
Major Jerry Friday is excited for the holiday season on the coast.
It blows my mind when I hear the stories about Christmas last year.
His first one as the Salvation Army's area commander for the region.
I cannot wait to see that firsthand for myself.
And while we're still in October, Friday and his staff are getting ready for the red kettle season, with this year looking more like pre-COVID times.
20 kettles at 20 stores, 6 days a week.
The game plan is designed to reach the organization's donation goals.
$230,000.
Which is an easier target to hit if volunteers head out to ring.
Civic groups, youth groups, church groups.
While the Salvation Army gets the kettles in place, it's also signing families up for Angel Tree, so that generous shoppers can provide children in need with some holiday cheer.
They'll buy them clothing and toys.
Last year, 1,000 children had a better holiday season through the program.
We believe wholeheartedly that that number will increase this year.
And with many families still in tough times, the Salvation Army wants to help, but can only do as much as the community gives.
It's a little bit of a challenge this year, but we're going in faith.
Reporting in Biloxi, Andres Fuentes, WLOX News Now.
They expect to see some red kettles to set up closer to Thanksgiving, but most will be in place after Black Friday. We'll have more information about how you can sign up for the Angel Tree and how you can volunteer for the Salvation Army on our website, WLOX.com. The FDA plans to meet this week to discuss new information about vaccines and young children. And a meeting today with various Democrats may have brought the spending bill closer to being passed. We'll have more on all of this when we get back.
Every road has its challenges. We say, bring them on. At Honda, we engineer each vehicle to outthink obstacles, to overcome difficult conditions. We engineer them for drivers who are determined to power through, just like you are. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Passport, Pilot, and CR-V.
Coming
Come into Lucky's Furniture. Step into our new fall savings. Great specials throughout the store. No matter how much you spend, you're going to get great discounts on your furniture purchase. But if you spend $999 or more, you're going to receive a tax discount. Special financing offers. Remember, at Lucky's, when it comes to mattresses, you get more selection with more knowledge. So come on in and check out our inventory because it is full in here. Ready to go. Get it before the holidays.
Shop with confidence. Shop local. Shop Lucky's.
Losing a pet is never easy. Celebrate your pet's life with Pause to Remember Pet Loss Service, an all-inclusive, certified pet crematorium that offers private and communal cremation services. Call today for more information.
Build your audience with WLOX, the coast's #1 station at pretty much all day. Your message, our audience. Mic drop. Call 228-896-1313. The news for South Mississippi continues. WLOX News Now Weekend.
Sponsored exclusively in high definition by Canon Hospice, where every moment is made meaningful.
The FDA is set to meet this week to discuss vaccinations for children ages 5 to 11 years old. This as boosters for all 3 vaccines become available for all vaccinated Americans. Elizabeth Schulze has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Younger Americans may soon be eligible to get vaccinated against COVID-19, with the key FDA panel set to meet Tuesday to review Pfizer's new trial data. The data showing at 1/3 of the adult dose, Pfizer's vaccine is nearly 91% effective in kids ages 5 to 11.
If you look at the data that's been made public and announced by the company, the data look good as to the efficacy and the safety.
It's expected the FDA will recommend emergency use authorization for the vaccine for that age group. Then it's up to the CDC's advisory committee to give the official green light.
It's entirely possible, if not very likely, that vaccines will be available for children from 5 to 11 within the first week or 2 of November.
This as more Americans become eligible to get that extra dose of protection. Boosters of Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J given the all-clear to go into the arms of 70 million people who are already vaccinated. Health officials say it's safe to choose a different vaccine brand from your original shot. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky speaking to NBC.
We saw data from the NIH on mix and match that antibody levels for the mRNA vaccines boosting the J&J were really, really high. And we also saw clinical data from J&J that said if you're boosted with J&J, you actually do quite well as well, which is why we've really left it open and said any one of these vaccines can really be used to boost any one of the others.
Experts are urging Americans to get that booster dose. Walgreens and CVS offering boosters at thousands of locations across the country.
We are here, ready, and available to ensure that we protect each and every one.
Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Colombia's most wanted drug trafficker and leader of the Clan del Golfo drug cartel known as Otonio has been seized by Colombian authorities. Colombia's president confirmed the capture in a televised national address. He called it the hardest blow that drug trafficking has suffered in this century. This coup is only comparable to the fall of Pablo Escobar in the 1990s, added the president. President Joe Biden hosted a breakfast meeting with Senate Democrat Joe Manchin and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer today in a bid to reach an agreement on this massive economic and climate package. Manchin has been one of 2 holdouts on the package, and negotiations have dragged on for months. Now, a deal could be within reach. John Lawrence reports.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats are close to reaching an agreement on the framework for the Biden administration's so-called Build Back Better plan.
It is less than we had was projected to begin with, but it's still bigger than anything we have ever done in terms of addressing the needs of America's working families.
She says she expects the deal to be done before President Biden heads to Europe next week.
I think we're pretty much there now.
Pelosi also says Congress has to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill by Halloween before an extension of the funding for surface transportation expires. Some Republicans agree repairing the nation's aging infrastructure is a must, but they're not sold on the White House plan to expand the social safety net.
It's critical for
roads, it's for broadband, it's for water infrastructure. But this social engineering plan that they have, this trillions of dollars, is simply going to add to inflationary pressures that's already costing the average American a great deal.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says the bill for the plan is way too high.
Now all we see is more government spending, $1 trillion plan that's out there, multi-trillion dollars, and it can't be explained. So it's really worrisome as a governor to hear what's planned.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the rise in the cost of U.S. goods from gas prices to groceries is related to the COVID-19 pandemic. She says she expects inflation should fall back to the 2% range, which is considered acceptable during the second half of 2022. Still ahead, the Saints are getting ready for a Monday Night Football appearance. We'll hear from head coach Sean Payton ahead of their game against Seattle a little later in sports.
And your forecast is coming up right after the break, but first, here's what you can expect over the water tomorrow.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Seniors, are you aware that you could pay less for your car insurance?
Seniors can save money on their car insurance.
You might save a little, you might save a lot.
Maybe hundreds of dollars a year.
You might save 5% a year, maybe 10%, 15%, or even more.
That's a lot of money. So call right now and find out just how much money you might be able to save.
1-800-775-0813. 1-800-775-0813.
Oh, I missed you.
You just want a video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't feel But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Did you hear me?
just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only AT&T.
Now, WLOX First Alert Weather with meteorologist Eric Johnstone.
All right, the weather has been quiet over the past week or so, but we have a lot of changes headed our way. So let's kind of break this down a little bit. Tomorrow is going to feel more like summer. Temperatures are going to be hot in the upper 80s. Wouldn't be surprised. Some areas getting close to 90 degrees. Now, as we go into Tuesday, though, a cold front comes through with not much in the way of rain. Just some cooler temperatures at least Tuesday morning. Then we warm right back up into Wednesday ahead of our next storm system. That could bring thunderstorms. Some of those storms could be on the severe side, so we'll break that down in just a little bit. Notice right now we are watching some heavy downpours just off the coast, and so we'll keep an eye on these if they can hold together. A heavy downpour just south of Pascagoula heading over towards Horn Island, and so we'll keep an eye on those, and also seeing a heavy downpour just to the east of Diamond Head, and of course those ones we're watching offshore. So overnight tonight, as those showers lift north, as moisture increases overnight, we can't rule out a few hit-and-miss thunderstorms. Maybe some of those could be heavy at times. Not everyone gets one, and we may be dealing with some fog as well overnight. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast as we head towards midnight. Temperatures still in the upper 60s, low 70s. As we head towards Monday morning, some patchy fog developing. Maybe some of that could be dense, so just be aware of that. As we go into Monday afternoon, our temperatures warming up into the mid to upper 80s. And again, some areas, especially north of I-10, could certainly make a run towards the upper 80s late in the afternoon. So definitely feeling like summertime tomorrow. Right now, 80 degrees. We got an east-southeast wind about 14 miles per hour. Tomorrow afternoon, we're warming back up into the mid to upper 80s. Can't rule out maybe a hit-or-miss thunderstorm. Here's a look at the big picture. Here's our cold front that's going to come in Tuesday morning. Again, that's not going to bring much in the way of showers and storms, We will bring some slightly cooler temperatures and some drier air on Tuesday. And then notice this big storm system. This is part of our system that will impact our area as we go into the Wednesday time frame. Very powerful upper level low with a strong cold front and strong jet stream. Notice all the heavy rain over toward the west coast, which, by the way, they really need the rain. Tuesday morning, when that first front comes through, look at that, a nice dark temperatures generally in the 50s. And look at our low temperature trend. Tuesday morning, perhaps the coolest, but then as we go to Wednesday, you notice our morning low temperatures start to bump back up, and that means also our rain chance is going up. So Wednesday's really the time frame that we're watching for the potential for perhaps some more disruptive weather across the area, more heavy rain and thunderstorms. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined much of the south from Louisiana into South Mississippi and Alabama under a slight risk for severe weather. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast as we go into the Wednesday time frame. There's our strong storm system coming out from the west. Ahead of it, lots of moisture streaming in. Some of that could be some tropical moisture from the remnants of a tropical system off into the Pacific. And notice that warm front moving up toward the north on Wednesday. Ahead of the front, we could be seeing some showers and thunderstorms moving in. Behind it, much colder and very windy conditions developing. So this could be a very strong storm system, something we're going to have to keep an eye on as we go into the Wednesday evening time frame. It looks like the timing on this will most likely be between maybe about 3 o'clock in the afternoon to about midnight. Of course, that could change if the system slows down or speeds up. We mentioned earlier some of the energy from that could come from, well, this is Hurricane Rick. Now, this is going to fall apart and will no longer be a tropical system anymore as we go into the next few days. There's our other piece of the storm system. When you look at the jet stream is going to take a big dip across the west. It's going to absorb what's left of Rick, and that energy is what's going to provide the potential for strong storms as we go into Wednesday. So something very interesting to watch. Notice as we go into Halloween, though, feeling much like fall behind the storm system with temperatures in the 60s for highs on Friday and lows in the 50s.
All right, thanks, Eric. Up next in sports, we'll check in with the Saints as they get ready to take on Seattle on Monday Night Football. And we'll hear from Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin as we wrap up the busy college football weekend.
When water moves in, it is swift and inundates quickly. 6 inches of water can sweep you off your feet. 1 foot of water has 500 pounds of lateral force and can displace small cars. 2 feet can move trucks and SUVs.
Be sure your family is safe and prepared in the event of a storm. Visit MississippiPower.com/Storm Center for tips, lists, and more.
On December the 3rd, I tested positive for COVID. I was to the point where I really couldn't even walk.
She was admitted to the Tupelo Hospital. That's where she remained for 82 days.
That was the first time they told Reggie he could come see me.
I've nearly lost my wife, and that's real. There ain't no false information, and I don't want to see you lose a loved one.
Looking for interesting places, delicious coastal cuisine, and fun events going on in South Mississippi? Curious about what the coast has to offer? Then check out GulfCoastWeekend.com. What to see, do, and experience. Best of all, it's at your fingertips. You can have a Gulf Coast weekend wherever you are. Lifestyle and entertainment videos, upcoming events, deals, food, and fun. If you're looking for your new favorite things to do, go to GulfCoastWeekend.com.
Now, the sports for South Mississippi with Blake Brent.
Welcome back, everyone, and happy Sunday. Another college football Saturday is in the books, and Ole Miss has back-to-back wins as the Rebels took down LSU in a big win yesterday. The thing that probably has the fans most excited is that the Rebel defense showed a pulse for the second straight week. But Saturday against the Tigers, they saw a big step forward. Not only was LSU 17 points a season low for the defense against an SEC opponent, but so was the 326 yards, holding the Tigers to 77 rush yards a week after they set a program rushing record in a win over Florida.
Switching up our movement schemes, just doing a little more going into gaps and just trying to open up different gaps for us to hit. And it just really worked. We've been practicing really hard and then just doing different stunts, and they're starting to work out.
We're playing better, and when you play a slow down offense like that, you know, your guys can do a better job of pass rush and having to play, 80, 90 snaps versus tempo, so they're probably pretty happy to see someone normal.
Ole Miss getting ready to take the trip over to Auburn this week. Over in Music City, Bulldogs walking away with a blowout win. Vandy was just 1 point away from their first SEC win last week, but this was an entirely different ball game. Mississippi State had one of their better days on the offensive side of the ball, putting 45 points on the board, and quarterback Will Rogers continued to show a better grasp of the offense, throwing for 384 yards and 4 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks on the night. Despite that, head coach Mike Leach says his team did a much better job of moving past miscues.
I thought we did a lot better job of fighting through adversity. I thought, we did some really good stuff, but then if we stubbed our toe or made a mistake or something, I thought we did a good job battling through that. I thought guys stayed locked into their job better with rather than sit and dwell on something that didn't work out our way. And we've been fighting that for a while.
State gets ready for Kentucky next week. No Saints today, but you can catch them tomorrow on Monday Night Football. And throughout the past few weeks, Saints are working to find their offensive identity this season, which is something they're no strangers to. The best examples have been in 2019 and 2020, when they were without Drew Brees for several games at a time. In 2020, they fit the offense around Taysom Hill and allowed him to do what he does best as a runner and a passer. The year before, with Teddy Bridgewater in 2019, they played a little more conservative, much like we've seen this year, relying on defense and special teams. So naturally, this year, they're still trying to find their new identity with Jameis Winston.
It starts with that team's personnel. In other words, who you are. And, believe it or not, you're always getting educated as a coach. You're learning more and more about your players, but I think it starts with that. And then, look, you're spending a lot of time, obviously, on the fundamentals, the grit, the toughness, how to win each week.
Saints Seahawks kicks off tomorrow night for your Monday Night Football game. And over in baseball, our World Series is finally set. It's time to party like it's 1999 in Atlanta. Braves took down the Dodgers last night to punch their ticket to the World Series against the Houston Astros. Game 1 against the Stros is set for Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday at 6:30.
Yeah, I grew up in Atlanta, and it's really good to see the Braves back in the World Series.
Absolutely. They had that huge stretch in the 90s, but, since the last appearance in 1999, it's been nothing for 22 years. So it's huge for Atlanta, and it's gonna be a great World Series.
Absolutely. Blake, I appreciate it. Thank you. Halloween got going a little bit earlier for some students in Gulfport this weekend. We'll have more on a spooky celebration when we get back.
If your long-term disability claim was denied, listen closely. You may be able to recover money. Unum is one of the largest disability insurance carriers, and companies like Colonial Life, New York Life, and National Life Group are all part of the Unum family. Unum was fined millions for wrongly denying claims. You may be owed compensation. Let us help you through the appeal process.
Call Sokolov Law, 800-768-1495. That's 800-768-1495. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Every road has its challenges. We say, bring them on. At Honda, we engineer each vehicle to outthink obstacles, to overcome difficult conditions. We engineer them for drivers who are determined to power through, just like you are. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Passport, Pilot, and CR-V.
The best country music tells a story, and those stories connect us to one another.
Music is about unity. We're all here together.
Country music is truth, and singing your truth is country music.
Country music is about bringing the country together, and that's what this night is all about.
Luke Bryan hosts the CMA Awards live Wednesday, November 10th on ABC.
Children in East Gulfport got an early Halloween warm-up this afternoon. Show-Off's All-Star Gym on 29th Street had a Halloween costume contest for children in the neighborhood. It's the first for the business since it opened in March last year. About 20 youngsters came dressed in their creative best for a little fun and fellowship. Each received trick-or-treat buckets with goodies to enjoy. Owner Susan Strahan passed out flyers through the Gulfport School District to promote the free events. It's really cute. All right, Eric is back with us, and we've got some changes on the way.
We do have some changes on the way. In fact, taking a look at the 7-day forecast as we go tomorrow, it's going to feel like summer, and then Tuesday morning it's going to feel like fall, and then it's going to feel like summer Tuesday afternoon, and then we're going to see another storm system come in on Wednesday. That could bring us some spring-like thunderstorms, and then as we come to Thursday, it's going to feel like fall, and by Friday, you might even say it'll feel a little bit like winter, and then over the weekend, it'll sound like, or feel like Halloween. So there you go. That's it.
Typical South Mississippi. We've got to get used to it.
That's it.
All right, Eric, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can get WLOX anytime on our website, WLOX.com. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.
Seniors, are you aware that you could pay less for your car insurance?
Seniors can save money on their car insurance.
You might save a little, you might save a lot.
Maybe hundreds of dollars a year.
You might save 5% a year, maybe 10%, 15%, or even more.
That's a lot of money. So call right now and find out just how much money you might be able to save.
1-800-775-0813. 1-800-775-0813.
Hancock County's Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day is Saturday, October 30th at the Hancock County Arena from 8 to 1 p.m. Everyone needs to remain inside their vehicle during the drop-off of items and wear a face mask. All materials should be placed in the trunk of the car, bed of truck, or trailer. For more information on the items that will be accepted, please search Hancock County Hazardous Waste Day on Facebook.
Circle is now on all your favorite platforms. Tune in now on...
Wait. What is Circle?
Okay, here we go. Circle is your home for all things country. Live performances, country lifestyle shows, and more. All right here on Circle. Step into the Circle now to see the artists you love, the originals you want, and the lifestyle you need. Find out how you can get into the Circle now at CircleAllAccess.com.
Crank it up for the rock and roll event of the year, the Queen
Family.
Sing along! Your favorite superstars perform Queen's biggest hits.
It can't be done!
Darren Criss hosts an epic celebration of the legendary rock band's 50th anniversary. So you think you can stop me and spin my eyes? The Queen Family Sing-Along, November 4th. Watch it! On ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
You're watching WLOX, Biloxi Gulfport Basketball.
AFV's on. Spoiler alert, it looks like this. Welcome to America's Funniest Home Videos.
Hey, but I do gotta admit, it is funny.
Host of our show, Alfonso Rivera.
Yeah, but some of that stuff, I know that hurts some people, some of that stuff they do.
This is not only the first episode of our 32nd season, it is also our 700th show. Amazing, isn't it? Yes. Now, if you had asked me when this show started if I thought it would go 700 episodes, I would have said, why are you asking me? I'm on another show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. But I am still so happy that it's going strong, and I'm even happier I get to be a part of it. Now, to celebrate season 32, we've got a great grand prize we'll talk about a little bit later, but you don't get to 700 episodes talking about funny videos. You get there by showing it. He's practicing getting it into the net and getting himself into the penalty box.
an attempt to
Was
record
angry,
this.
wasn't he?
The cheetah was sitting here quietly, behaving. Then it started pacing and going back and forth, attentively looking. See that intense look by the cheetah? Why does the cheetah look like this? Because Mom is wearing a giraffe print. She has the cheetah's full and undivided attention.
For short games, no good. For drive-ins, not much better.
Hurry.
I hate your guts.
This is why you always tuck before you slide.
You talk.
This Mustang thinks you're a little musty.
Remember when I said I'd tell you about the grand prize a little bit later? Well, this is that little bit later I was talking about. Man, time flies. This season, the video picked as your favorite will get a vacation for the winner and 9 guests for 6 fabulous nights at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. It's the 50th anniversary celebration of Walt Disney World, and one of our winners will get to join the party. Now, until you can make it to a Disney park, here's Dog Park.
I hope you're ready to rub some bellies. We're going to the dog park.
Hey, VII.
This DOG loves his AFV.
Huh? What you doing, Father?
That cat has spunk. That dog hates spunk.
So, this is the neighbor's dog. He's so funny. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Looks like he's a little wound up.
Look at that. Like a top.
Everyone knows bulldogs hate amateur puppetry. This is not what they mean by a peck on the cheek.
Oh, that was nice. Oh, baby.
Sally, that was mean.
Now, some hosts just stand around introducing stuff. Not me. I like to give life advice. Because when people mess up, they really appreciate know-it-alls telling them what they should have done. You're welcome in advance.
Time to drink in exactly what I'm thinking. Here's a thought.
Here's a thought. If you're going to scare your wife, do it from a distance of at least 1 rake away.
Babe, I think there's something in the pool.
Now, I'm no deer expert, but if you live in deer country, you might want to look into deer-proofing your windows. Hot tip, if you're going to try to sing a basket over your shoulder, you might want to make sure the court is toddler-free. Okay, I'm just spitballing here, but maybe owls wouldn't want to hang out in your living room if it didn't look like a jungle.
Okay, well, this is a
Take a
first.
shower.
Look what the cat just brought in. That's an owl. Oh, God.
And not to be all the kids today with their phones, but seriously, if you're looking at your phone, watch where you're going. This next montage celebrates summer, that happy time before you have to go back to school. You know that season that just ended? Yeah, that one.
Always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. There's your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloud. What your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day.
We come to this place to love, to cry, to care. That indescribable feeling when the lights begin to dim. Dazzling images on a huge silver screen. Beautiful music soaring through me. And we go somewhere we've never been before. That's magic. AMC Theaters. We make movies better.
The magic is calling you to stay at a Disney Resort Hotel, where you're surrounded by the world's most magical celebration. The fun never stops. Special friends greet you. You soar to adventures with extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. The 50th anniversary awaits. Start planning your vacation at DisneyWorld.com. Why would you stay anywhere else?
Tide Pods Ultra Oxy one-ups the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one up whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One-up the power of liquid, one-up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One-up the power of liquid with Tide Pods Ultra Oxy.
Coming for a soccer ball? Leave a part of the team. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
Thursday on The Wonderful World of Disney. It's a full night of Toy Story that's sure to be a scream. First,
a motel is one of the easiest places for a toy to get lost.
Guys, where are you?
I can't look.
Toy Story of Terror. Then, it's the broadcast premiere of Academy Award winner Toy Story 4.
Everyone, I want you to meet Forky.
Whoa.
It's all part of The Wonderful World of Disney, ABC Thursday.
We will rock.
Crank it up for the rock and roll event of the year. The Queen.
Family.
Sing along.